So today is my other girl, Rosie. Yesterday I had Heidi. Heidi as the nervous girl. I've also got wee George here. So George had a little operation last week. It's one of those normal coming of age operations that these men have to go through. And yeah, he's still got his stitches in, but he's absolutely fine. He's missing his runs. He likes to run. He is that kind of character. And this is really good because we're getting lots and lots of work in on the lead. The other good thing about this is George is the one who gets overreactive with other dogs, with the play. If you remember when I first started working with him, it was a little bit, well, I was a bit unsure as to whether he was genuinely aggressive or if it was just over exuberance, because he was on the back of dogs, he was biting them, they were saying stop and giving him all the right body language and he wasn't getting it. And then he was starting to get a little bit sort of aggressive back because of how they were reacting to him. We've now got to this stage where it's perfectly manageable. Yes, he does still get a little over the top. It's because he's a pup. Even up to 18 months old, 2 years old, mentally, he's still going to be really quite childish, you know. He's still going to want to run and play, even though he's a big dog. So we do need to bear that in mind. It's always going to be there. And then as he gets older, he calms down. Every pup is like this. It's nothing unusual. So up ahead we've got Rosie. Just give her these checks. Now the check is not to stop her. The check is just to register in her state of mind, not to go into full fast forward. So she's running, but she's not running flat out. Okay, we've already met I don't know, 3 or 4 different dogs on this walk already this morning. It's a good place to bring her. You're fine, you're fine. I think he was having a wee actually. Oops. And yeah, she runs, she addresses, she assesses the situation, and then she comes back. So there's no aggression there at all. Bearing in mind that these 3 Rotties have had their fights, no aggression, just general, natural inquisitiveness to say hello. This way. I've just gone up to see where they've gone. They've gone across the field now. Here she is. You see, she's off lead. She's been to see another dog, no issue. I've got no concerns with Rosie and her socialisation, none at all. Everything's absolutely fine. I'm just going to stop a moment and readjust young George's lead. Okay, there we go, because when he saw that dog, he got a little bit eager and he wanted to say hi. So with holding the phone, let me just sort this lead out. Holding the phone and trying to sort the lead as well, it's a bit tricky sometimes. There we go, I've got the lead back where I need it. So he's still at the side of me. Okay, right, just back to Rosie again. So Rosie is the calm one of the 3, and I love the way she trots along at the side of me for most of the time. She is an absolute worker bee, you know. Give her a job, that's what she wants. She wants direction, she wants to be useful, she wants to know what to do. She's constantly looking at me for direction. What do you want me to do? This is her mind. She's so clued up. I mean, she's super impressive. I think she's amazing, I really do. So Rosie is the calm one. Rosie is the one that has actually done the damage to Molly. Molly's reacted to Heidi for being nervous. Dogs will address the other pack members if they are nervous and reactive, because it puts the pack in a position of vulnerability. So the other dogs will address a nervous, reactive behaviour, and that's what Molly did to Heidi. Heidi's nervous. Rosie steps in and says, hang on, Molly, you might be the older one, but you haven't got the right credentials to be the alpha and, you know, run the pack here and keep it safe. I can do that. And you know what, she can. She's really good. She's really clued up. She's got the right attitude. And so she's then telling Molly what she should be doing, and basically, Molly, you're not in charge here. The reason these girls are deciding who's in charge is because the humans are not in charge. And it's not a case of being bossy. You know, I speak to a lot of people and, oh yeah, the dog's the one in charge. Oh yeah, she's the alpha, she's the dominant one. It's not something to laugh about. It's not something to joke about or get confused about. It's not, oh, dominant, alpha in charge. It's not about that as such. It's more to do with the fact that these dogs need to know that they are safe, that they are secure, that somebody is looking after this pack in a calm, assertive way to keep them all alive, because their DNA is structured, their drive is structured, that everything is about survival. So if they don't see a clear leader, they will take on that responsibility themselves, and it is a huge responsibility when they don't have the necessary mentality for it. So when they react, they get issues. This is what happens. So the humans have to be in charge. They have to provide a safe environment. Being the alpha is providing a safe, secure environment for your dog and letting the dog know that, and you have to be calm to do that. Okay, you can't be whimpering to them and talking sweet and softly all the time. That does not give them security. It doesn't make them feel safe. It just means they hear you whimpering to them. Okay, so on that note, this is the Rosie's 4th day. She's off lead, bearing in mind they'd never really been off lead. They'd not sort of seen joggers, cyclists, lots of traffic, different noises. It's all quite new and wonderful to them. Rosie takes it all in her stride. Heidi, yeah, she still gets really quite nervous about the whole thing, but Rosie, she takes it all in her stride. The only thing I have found this morning is that she quite likes to run with other joggers as they come along. I mean, she's got a real sort of eager look about her, so if you don't know her, you could be, and the way she stands, she's very proud the way she stands. So yeah, I accept that if you don't know her, you would probably be quite daunted that she stands and looks at you and then runs to you and wants to run alongside you. She doesn't jump up, and she does just trot alongside for a short while and then she comes back. However, I'm not letting her do that because I don't want her to do that. The reason she's doing that is because she's not used to people jogging and going by her, and she wants to investigate and she wants to know what it's all about. So I'm letting her know that you don't have to investigate. I'm the one that's letting you know what it's all about. So I'm basically giving her the commands, giving her the ch sound, telling her no. I'm not physically stopping her as such. I know she's not going to do any harm, so I'm not physically stopping her, but I am letting her know that if she starts to go towards the joggers or the cyclists, it's an unwanted behaviour. So I do address her for it. And now we've got a convoy. Okay, George, yeah, he's on the lead. He is going to be off lead in a little while, but at the moment these two, they've got on really, really well. They've walked together as a pack, they know they're together. So I'm just going to carry on with my walk like this with these two. So have a good day.